PL duo, fantasy football. We're this late, but it is a 4 p.m. dead game kicks off between Qatar and Ecuador. So we thought we'd go live with a little deadline stream and showing you guys our teams for the World Cup fantasy game and locking in our transfers or our teams and, talking about captaincy picks and we'll just discuss the World Cup as well and what we think is going to go down in the first set of matches and yeah, we'll discuss all of that. But before we start, how you doing, Jordan? Everything good?
Yeah, everything's good. The World Cup is literally a few minutes away, so yeah, it's exciting build up, and be exciting to see the ceremonial match between Ecuador and Qatar.
Yeah, very excited. World Cup has kicked off. I wasn't so sure about the World Cup, a few weeks ago, months ago, but now it's here. I am feeling excited that it's here, and hopefully we get some good games. And yeah, looking forward to watching the football over the next month or so. Got Christian in the chat. He says, "Hello, lads. Hello to you, Christian. Hope you're well." Anyway, let's bring up our teams and talk about the players we've picked for our Matchday 1 team. So, for those that did watch the team selection video, they saw a team I put out, and I have changed it slightly ever since that video. So I'll quickly go ahead and talk through, guys, what I've changed. So in goal, I have changed my goalkeeper. I had Danny Ward. I've changed to Roche, which is the Uruguay goalie at 4 million, who's got Korea, Portugal, and Ghana. I believe he will play. And I think he probably is one of the better 4 million goalies. So I've gone with Roche in goal. Back three, nothing's changed really. You got Trippier, Dumfries, and Mailer at the back, who's got Tunisia, France, and Australia. Midfield 5 has slightly changed. I've got Bergwijn, De Paul, Di Maria, Sarabia, and Skov Olsen. Sarabia has come in new to my team. He's only 1.3% selected, so a bit of a differential. He's got, I think, Costa Rica, Germany, and then Japan. I had Ericsson in here, but I had to downgrade Ericsson slightly because I couldn't afford him because I bought in Di Maria, which is another new player that's come into my team compared to the team selection video that I put out a couple of days ago now. So Di Maria is coming to my team because of that fixture against Saudi, Mexico, and Poland. I think Di Maria is going to have a good tournament. And I wanted a triple Argentina attack because I do believe Argentina look very good in terms of heading into this tournament. I expect them to be one of the favorites to actually win the whole competition. So I wanted as many Argentina players as possible against that fixture against Saudi, sorry. So Di Maria looks good for me, and he's definitely one I wanted in my team. So I've done that move now. So I've gone double Argentina midfield, De Paul and Di Maria. Skov Olsen as a 6 million midfielder from Denmark. And then Sarabia is in there along with Bergwijn, who plays for Netherlands. Up front, I've gone with Messi and Harry Kane. This hasn't changed. I've had both of them in since my team selection video I put out the other day, as I mentioned. So Messi, we know what he's about. Great fixtures. Expect big things from Messi and Argentina. Harry Kane's an interesting one. Selected by 21%. Not seen in too many teams. But I do like Harry Kane in that fixture against Iran in Matchday 1. So I think he can have a good game. And hopefully he can get on the score sheet. He's on penalties as well. So hopefully Harry Kane can deliver the goods. And in the bench, I've gone Costa, who's the Portugal goalie. I've gone with Cancelo. Neymar is also on my bench, and that is because Neymar doesn't play until later on the week. So I've left him on the bench, who I will sub on for one of the players that blank. For example, if Sarabia blanks, I'll just sub Neymar on and get his points. Sosa also on the bench to Croatia. Defender, who's 3.5 million, just a cheap one in there. And that is the team, guys, pretty much. Also, I just want to mention I have a chip in play. So I have played the 12th man chip, and that has gone on Kylian Mbappe, who's got Australia in Matchday 1. And for those that don't know, Kylian Mbappe is gonna basically be the main man for France now, because Karim Benzema unfortunately has been injured um, ahead of the tournament, and he will miss the whole tournament for France, which is a big blow for France and for Benzema himself, and that should mean Mbappe gets more chances as the focal point of the France attack. So I'm happy to own Mbappe for the 12th man. Giroud is another interesting one we're going to speak about, because Giroud is only priced at 7.5 million, and now we know there's no Benzema. Maybe Giroud can become a good option, guys, at a cheap option, knowing he's going to play for the world champions up front. One to think about there. Um, but yeah, that is my team. Just very quickly, Jordan, do you want to bring up your team and we will speak about players you've chosen? Has much changed from your last video?
Yeah, I'll say a lot has pretty much changed in terms of the aspect of my team. I think I've changed it like 3 or 4 times in the span of when I last showed it. But I'll go through my changes, obviously, that I've made.
Mhm.
And we'll start off with the goalkeeper change. So I did originally have Diego Costa as one of my goalkeepers, but I did swap him out for Alisson, the Brazilian goalkeeper who has Serbia.
Yeah,
And I wasn't too sure whether Diogo Costa is a starter, like 100% starter for Portugal, but also I wanted a triple Portugal in terms of players on the pitch that are not as a goalkeeper. So I can't have Diogo Costa the way my
yeah,
team is set up. So I have gone with Allison as an alternative. He is 6 million, so he's a bit more expensive, but I did want to include a defender or a goalkeeper for Brazil. Um, I did originally have Alex Telles as one of my defenders, but I think from recent news, I hear Telles and Dalot are not going to be starters for the Brazilian team in terms of defense. So that is why I've gone with Allison instead, who is my starting goalkeeper. So next we have a back four defense, and that consists of the first one being Trippier, who's got Iran. This is pretty. I've had I've had Trippier in my team. I haven't changed him at all. I just think he's a necessary pick. If I'm honest, at 5 million, he's pretty cheap, Trippier, and with the attacking threat he has as well, I think he's a good defender to have for England on those 2 points. And the fact that he's cheap as well at 5 million, you're saving a lot of money bringing in a defender like Trippier for England as well, who do have Iran, where you expect England to keep a clean sheet as well, and possibly Trippier to get a nice return from either a goal or an assist or somewhat on that basis.
mm,
My next defender is Van Dijk, who has Senegal. I originally had Dumfries there as my first defender for the Netherlands, but from his injury issues that he's been battling, I'm not quite sure whether Dumfries is 100% going to be fit, obviously, for that Senegal match. So I did swap him out for Van Dijk just from the rumours and news that I heard from the Netherlands team about Dumfries. So just to be safe, I've gone with Van Dijk. It's not a real issue. I think Dumfries is a bit more attacking in terms of between Van Dijk and him, but just to be safe, I've gone with Van Dijk, and he's the same price as Dumfries, which it helps as I'm not losing or
yeah.
spending more money on him. So yeah, that's what I've gone with.
What about any of the new players you've put in? Because I've seen you've gone triple Portugal, which is interesting. Because I want to bring this comment up that relates to your team from Elliot, who
Yeah,
says, "Hey guys, is Diego Dalot nailed on? If so, I think he's better than Cancelo going forward, because you've got Cancelo
um,
in your team."
yeah. I did hear from the Brazilian team news that Dalot and Alex Telles are not going to be probably starters for the Brazilian defense. I think
For
those two.
Portugal, Dalot.
Is Dalot Portuguese?
Yeah, Dalot is Portuguese.
I'm thinking of another Dalot then.
Yeah, no, sorry. I have the team.
Oh,
I have some team news here though. I have some leaked lineups for Portugal. Um, So to answer that question, um, Diego Dalot looks like he's not going to start Elliot. So, well, this is just a predicted lineup, so don't quote me on that. But it looks like Cancelo at right back, and then Nuno Mendes at left back. So that could mean Diego Dalot doesn't start for Portugal. But I'd rather go Cancelo myself because I think Cancelo is definitely going to play. But Dalot is interesting because if he does start, he could be a good option. But from this preview I'm looking at, um, he's not in the predicted starting 11 to start. It's Cancelo right back and then Mendes left back. But yeah, I was also going to read out another comment here that I missed from Linesh. Sorry. Hi guys, big transition from FPL to World Cup Fantasy. Who's the best Spain attacker I can have? And Christian Manu says Sarabia. And as you can see from my team, I've also got Sarabia in my team as well. So I would probably recommend someone like Sarabia. But looking at the Spain team, bear with me for a sec while I bring it up. So yeah, Morata is expected to start up front for Spain. Sarabia's expected to play on the left side, and then Ferran Torres on the right side. So I would say Morata or Sarabia are the ones I'd be looking at if you wanted to get a Spain attacking player in. Ferran Torres maybe, but I still prefer Morata and Sarabia if I'm being honest. So I'd go with those attackers. Linesh. I'll let you take a few comments as well, Jordan. But just quickly, what are the changes you've made? Because you brought Bruno in. What's the thoughts behind bringing Bruno in?
The thoughts about bringing Bruno in. Honestly, I did have Saka there, but I had second thoughts about bringing in the England midfielder, knowing that Foden wasn't going to play, and then I switched to Saka, but then wasn't too sure about him. But looking at Portuguese fixture against Ghana, I think Fernandes could potentially benefit more from the other players that I did have in that slot. In terms of Portugal as well, they are one of the favourites to win the World Cup, and there is a lot of hype for Ronaldo.
I don't see it personally. I think Portugal might struggle personally, but we'll see. It's interesting because you're going free up there with Ghana. I mean, it's interesting to. I think Ghana are decent. I've seen you gone with Ronaldo, which is what's his ownership like? I've not seen 11%. Many people go with Ronaldo.
No, he's about 11% selected at Ronaldo, but this is going to be his last World Cup, so I doubt Portugal are going to really have a really bad World Cup, as seen as it's going to be Ronaldo's last. I mean, he would want to go out with a massive bang and try and reach the finals as hard as he can, and as well as the rest of the team. I mean, there's some big names in Portugal like Fernandes, Cancelo, and obviously Ronaldo. So I don't see why they can't prove a lot of people wrong in terms of how far they get in the World Cup.
Okay, bullish on Portugal. Going back to my team, I'm going to read a few comments. Actually, I've missed a few. Sorry, guys, if I've missed comments. I will be reading all of them out. Just bear with us for a sec. Got Alex, Nopper, Roche, Shaw, Mela, Pavard, Sosa, 3 million Iran defender, Bergwijn, Di Maria, Bruno, Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, 12th man Mbappe. Looks pretty good. Brian says, hi lads, what are your thoughts on Musiala v Sane? I could afford either. I'd probably go with Sane if I had to choose. I think I'd go with Sane because I know Sane is going to play down the left side of just behind the striker Muller. So I'd go Sane. I like Musiala though, but I think Sane is more of a goal threat. So yeah, Sane, that's what I'd be doing.
Is Sane German?
Yeah.
I don't know about Germany in this World Cup. I don't know how great.
Yeah, I think Germany, they're one of those teams that they're always going to be solid. I think Germany. I think they'll go quite far. I don't expect Germany to win it or anything, but they've got a good team in terms of a few players in there. You've got Sane, Musiala, Gnabry, Goretzka. They've got a decent defense in Rudiger as well, but I don't know if I'm fully confident on Germany winning the whole thing, but I do think they'll, look at their fixtures as well. It's not too bad. So yeah, we'll see with Germany. One to watch out on for sure. Alex also says Ronaldo and Bruno or Kane and Modric, Musiala. I'm going Kane and Musiala.
I got Ronaldo and Bruno because I've gone that pretty much in my team.
Yeah, Luca says Kane, Musiala, Kane and Modric, Edson, Alvarez or Bentancur. Probably Bentancur, but I don't know. They're a bit like they're not really goal scoring. Or Bentancur isn't really a goal scorer. I know he scored a couple goals for Spurs the other day, so I'd probably look for, if you can, stretch to Fede Valverde, but I know he's quite expensive. Who's more likely to get goals in that Uruguay midfield? But yes, Bentancur seems popular. What's Bentancur's price? I've actually not checked. I'm gonna check now. He's only 6 million, so he's cheap enough to go there. I'd try save money, save up some money elsewhere, and then probably upgrade that position. But yeah, if you have any more questions, guys, do drop them in below. Lucata says, when's the deadline? Yeah, good question, because we actually didn't know ourselves. I assume it's at 4:00. So just before Qatar and Ecuador kick off, the deadline is at 4. So get your teams done. You got like 40 minutes or so. And then, yeah, deadline starts when Qatar kick off the World Cup. Yeah, so those are our teams pretty much out of the way. I'm just looking back at your team. You've gone with Ronaldo. I see Di Maria's in there, which we both got Di Maria as well. But yeah, looking good. Let's do the fixtures as well. I want to bring up some of the upcoming fixtures.
Yeah. My 12th man is obviously Harry Kane up the top left there, for those who haven't seen it.
Interesting. You've gone Harry Kane as a 12th man. Hold, wait a sec. Oh yeah, you had Harry Kane, didn't you, at the start?
Yeah, I had Harry Kane at the start, but I realised that Ronaldo's 10 million, Harry Kane's 11, so I might as well make him the 12th man because I've saved 1 million on the budget.
Lucata says, what's the league code? I'm going to make a quick team. League code is at the top right-hand corner where it says LC and then 0J67QFHW. You can also get the league code in the link in the description. So I think that's a quicker way to get the link in from the description. So I will also put it in the chat for those that want to join the league. I'll pin it. 67QF. I'll put the league code in the chat. If you guys want to join, that is it on the screen. And also check the link in the description as well. Anyway, going back to my team. How are we feeling though for because I've gone triple Argentina attack pretty much, and you've gone the same as well. So Argentina, we're looking at both of us have gone De Paul, Di Maria, Messi. You confident the Argentina in that first game against Saudi Arabia?
Oh yeah, definitely. Expecting a very high scoring game from Argentina in that fixture. I did quickly swap De Paul because he was on my bench for Fernandez, who is now on the bench, just because of how the fixtures work. I'm hoping I have time to swap them out if need be.
Well, the Qatar lineups are out. For those that want to know, Qatar and Ecuador. Just very quickly, Ecuador is Estupinian is starting for those that own him. Caicedo as well at Brighton. Ibarra, Valencia as all starts. So yeah, for those that want to know early team news, for those that want to bring in some Ecuador players. But yeah, this game, so there was slight confusion, wasn't there, with the rules?
I think there still is.
Yeah, because I've seen some wild card. People are saying there's a wild card glitch and etc. But yeah, I mean, the launch hasn't been that clear, I don't think, with this game. But anyway, we'll play it anyway and see how it goes. Um, but yeah, we're gonna have to do some score predictions as well. Unless I'm gonna write these score predictions down and then see how many of us can predict correctly, basically. So I am gonna make sure I do track that. Anyway, let's. Yeah, what do you think of Spain's chances, by the way? 'Cause I bought Sarabia in because he's 6.5 million. He's got Costa Rica in that fixture one. Could be decent, but yeah, have you watched much of Spain or
I haven't watched much of Spain, but it's going to be difficult deciding whether Germany or Spain win that group. It's going to be really tight.
yeah,
I think Spain do have a sort of moderately hard group. I think that's why not many people have gone for Spanish players like
mm,
Sarabia and whatnot. I just, yeah, I think the first fixture is fine, I think,
yeah,
for Spain, but I think it's the next two that are going to be a bit more challenging for them.
yeah. Of course, the way the game has been set up with the wild card and the transfers, I do plan to take Sarabia straight out. To be fair, in that second match against Germany, it's more for that first game against Costa Rica that I've put him
Yeah,
in for. But
yeah. So similar reasons why I bought Bruno Fernandes and Ronaldo in, just because they have Ghana in the first fixture, match day one. It's not
mm,
players that I might bring into match day two, but it's just to see how they do against these teams, which they should win by.
okay. And yeah, did I miss any other comments? I'm just going through. Also, I want to talk about the the lineups with certain teams because maybe people are confused as to who's going to start for each team. Because I know myself, I did a bit of research into who starts, who takes the penalties, who takes the free kicks, etc. for these type of teams. I think it's quite important. So, as I mentioned with Spain, Morata is an interesting one because he's on penalties and he's quite cheap. So he's one to watch out on Morata. I know he isn't great in. Sometimes he's frustrating as a player to watch because he does miss a lot of chances, but he's one that you could bring in. Giroud as well. We haven't spoke about Giroud much in this stream. Benzema's out injured, isn't he? He's going to miss the tournament, so Giroud definitely becomes a good option, I think, for those that want a French attacking player. Looking at Germany as well. Muller will probably take the penalties, wouldn't he, for Germany?
Yeah, I believe so.
Or Gundogan might if he's on the pitch. I don't know if Gundogan's definitely going to start because they've got Goretzka and Kimmich as well. Japan also in their group, aren't they? So Japan's an interesting one. I think Japan might have a decent World Cup. I think they want to watch out to see what they do. I do like Japan's team. Belgium. I've not seen many Belgium
No,
players picked. Have you? I mean, De Bruyne has been in a few teams, but
yeah, I
what's your
think
thoughts on Belgium's team? Because if I read you out the lineup, this is a pretty good lineup. So the front three is De Bruyne. They'll put De Bruyne on the right here, Batshuayi and Hazard up front. I'm not sure about. I'm not sure about Belgium, if I'm being honest.
no, I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure as well either about Belgium, especially KDB being 11 million in price.
Yeah.
Very expensive. He's almost he's the same price as Harry Kane and almost as Messi is. So he is a bit expensive for a midfielder.
Mm. Yeah, I'm not sure I'd be going. I'm not confident on Belgium. I think Belgium are one of those teams that they could kind of struggle at this World Cup. They're one of my ones that I think might find it a bit difficult. Moving on to any other teams we've got to speak about. Croatia, interesting. Perisic, he likes to play on the left wing, doesn't he? So Perisic could
Yep.
be a shout. The midfield is very nice, isn't it? Modric, Brozovic, and Kovacic as well for Croatia. So we know Modric takes penalties. He takes the direct free kicks. Corners as well. Modric takes the corners. So Modric could be a good pick, I think I don't know what's his price. If you could check for me, but Modric is pretty much involved in everything Croatia do, and he's the main man as well, along with you know supporting cast of Perisic and Kovacic, etc.
He's 8.5, Modric.
It's not a bad price, is it, for Modric? I
No,
don't think.
he's not bad. He's the same as Saka and Di Maria in terms of
Mm.
price. So, and if he's definitely on all the set pieces, so that's a bonus.
Also, I want to touch on Brazil very quickly
Oh yeah,
because they're one of the favorites. So you see, you've gone with Neymar in your team as well. So have I. A lot of people have gone Neymar. Um, they're expected to play a 4-3-3 type formation. So by this predicted lineup, they've got Danilo, Marquinhos, Thiago Silva, and Alexandro at the back four. Alisson in goal. Fred, Casemiro, and Neymar in midfield. I think Neymar just behind the front three of Lucas Paqueta, Richarlison, and Rafinha. So Richarlison's rumored to start. I don't know how true that is. Let us know, guys. Who you think you're going to start? Do you think Richarlison? It looks like Richarlison's going to start up front ahead of Gabriel Jesus, etc., which is a surprise. But
I'm
you
very
know,
surprised. I thought at least Martinelli as well would get a
yeah.
start in that lineup. The way he's been playing for Arsenal.
Well, yeah, Martinelli could definitely start because on this predicted lineup, they've got Lucas Paqueta coming in from the left, but that obviously isn't 100% accurate. Like you never know, Martinelli could play with the form he's in for Arsenal. I wouldn't be surprised Martinelli did start on the left side, but I think Paqueta is also another brilliant player. But yeah, I do like Brazil's team, and they've got an embarrassment of riches up front. Really, when you look at it, it's the
Yeah,
squad depth they have for the attacking players.
I mean it's slightly a bit annoying because if these players like Martinelli and whatnot were midfielders, like class as midfielders, I think
Oh,
Brazil may be worth going for in terms of players in that position because they're all forwards. You can't really
yeah.
have them apart from Neymar because we want Messi and Harry Kane and whatnot, Mbappe.
Mm. Serbia is another team that's in Brazil's group, isn't it? So
Yeah,
like, I like Serbia as a team. I think Mitrovic up front is is always going to be a threat. You know, Mitrovic is probably going to take the penalties as well. Tadic, Milinkovic, Savic as well. Good players for the Serbia team. You know, they've got Kostic as well as a wing back. Um, Masimovic, I think his name is in midfield as well. He's a decent player. Yeah, Serbia are a good team, I think, as well. So one to watch out on. Maybe no one that I think I'm going to have in my team, but I think they'll do quite well. Tadic is a good player as well from free kicks, etc. Um, any other team we got to talk about? Obviously, Portugal. You've gone big on Portugal, so let's bring their
yeah,
team up. If I'm looking at the lineup, predicted lineup, they're predicted to play a 4-2-3-1. Portugal with Ronaldo up front. Um, we know Ronaldo's going to take all the penalties, free kicks. Ronaldo's going to take. So Ronaldo will be the main man for Portugal, and you know we expect them to play with a midfield pivot of Carvalho and Neves, and then maybe three players behind Ronaldo: so Felix, Bruno, and Bernardo Silva, which could work out. I mean, if you look at Portugal's team on paper, it looks very good, if I'm being honest. But
mm,
I'm not so sure about Portugal. I may be uh, I may be proven wrong, but we'll have to see with Portugal. Something about Portugal, I don't know. Maybe it's the coach. Maybe it's the reliance of playing Ronaldo up front in every game. But it's interesting to see because we know Ronaldo's going to want to put in a show because it's his last World Cup, probably as he mentioned. Um, Uruguay, Jordan. I see you've not gone with any Uruguay players. Neither have I. Are we
mm.
underlooking Uruguay? Do you reckon?
Um, I think it depends on how well they do on match day one. I think we'll decide whether it's worth to go for Uruguay players because I think they were like a wait and see to sort of get an idea of how they'll cope in this World Cup. Obviously, they're
Mm,
playing in different conditions, but as for everyone, that would be the same situation. But in terms of Uruguayan players, I'm not quite sure who to really go with in terms of that.
Mm.
There's like I know
Valverde.
Valverde's a popular midfielder pick,
Yeah.
but I don't really know much about the player himself. And other than that, I haven't really looked at Uruguay as a team.
Yeah, with Valverde, we know he's having a brilliant season so far for Real Madrid. He's involved in quite a lot of goals this season so far. He's been one of their probably the best midfielder for Madrid this season. You know, Bentancur's doing well as well for Tottenham. You know, Darwin Nunes before the season came to a halt. We know Darwin Nunes was getting involved with the goals as well. For me, Uruguay are a bit of a dark horse. I do believe Uruguay could have a decent tournament. Suarez up front with Nunes. They've got a midfield four. We expect Uruguay to play 4-4-2, I think. You know, Palestri, Bentancur, Valverde, and Di Arrasqueta. I think that's how you say his name in midfield. Nunes and Suarez up front. I like Nunes as a pick. I think he's one to watch as well, along with Uruguay with Suarez up front. And we know Uruguay are one of those teams that are always going to be tough to play against, as they have been in most tournaments, with their solid, dogged type performances they usually put in. Christian Manu says there will be a big surprise in Spain's group, and he's curious to see the atmosphere in the Portugal team. Yes, a lot of narratives going around. It's going to be. I'm very excited for the World Cup. Like a lot of with Ronaldo's in last year's tournament, Messi's last tournament as well potentially. Neymar, it could be his last tournament. So there's a lot of ways that the World Cup can go, and very much excited to see what happens. But yeah, what's your thoughts anyway on Ronaldo? Where do you think he's at mentally going into this tournament as well? Like, you expect him to just show what he's been doing for Portugal, pretty much, and just he will still score goals.
Yeah, I think he definitely can score many goals in this World Cup. I don't put that past him, despite all the controversy and what's happened with Ronaldo, with Man United and whatnot. I think he'll leave all that behind him and forget that, because that's in the past for him, and just look forward to this World Cup, his last World Cup, and enjoy it. I think he'll be having a great time with the Portuguese team, as it is his last World Cup. It'll be the last time these players play with Ronaldo as well. We have to consider that he won't no longer be in the next World Cup. So there is a bit of emotional impact that the Portuguese team will consider over this. And I think they'll all band together and have a great World Cup, potentially reaching, I believe, the semi-finals or even the final. Portugal
Oh,
are
you're
capable of
confident
doing
on
it.
Portugal then?
Absolutely. They could absolutely surprise a lot of people, I think, Portugal, this World Cup. I just
Yeah.
think from everything that's happened, all they want to do now is just look forward and have the best World Cup they can possibly have.
Yeah, let's do some score predictions in a bit, because obviously our teams are pretty much locked, I believe. We're not going to really change much, I don't think, are we?
No, not at all, I
You're
think.
you're pretty locked, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm definitely locked on my players now.
I'm just looking at the Netherlands team as well. Another team we'll quickly touch on. Bergwijn is expected to play up top, so we do have him in our squad, both of us. So he's one to watch. Bergwijn for the Dutch national team. Gakpo is interesting. Not seen him mentioned too much, but Gakpo just playing behind the two strikers could be quite good. And we know Holland are quite a nice defensive unit. They don't concede too many goals either. With that back five, they play with Dumfries and Daley Blint as the wing backs, and then Timber, Van Dijk, and Nathan Ake in the centre backs position. So I'm quite confident. I mean, I think Netherlands will have a decent group stage performance, and after that, I'm not so sure on them. But I think they should top the group. England, we haven't really spoke about England, but looking at their predicted lineup, Pickford, Stones, Dyer, and Maguire as a back three or back five, with Shaw and Trippier as the wing backs, Rice and Bellingham in midfield, with Sterling, Kane, and Foden up front. as a front three. So that is England's predicted team. We know Kane's on penalties as well, and Trippier will probably take set pieces, corners, free kicks, and stuff. Um, Argentina, we know Messi, Di Maria, Lautaro is going to be the front three probably. Messi's probably going to take the penalties and the free kicks as well. So yeah, Messi makes sense in that sense because he is the main man for Argentina. I'm just seeing other teams I've got to talk about. France, Giroud now most likely to play up top, as I mentioned. What's your thoughts on Benzema getting injured, and do you think that will make a big impact on France's chances, or are you quite confident because Mbappe is still very, very good, and we've seen Mbappe carry that French team along with Giroud before? So are you confident for France still?
Honestly, no. I'm quite surprised a lot of people are still hyped on Mbappe. I know a lot of people bought him on the 12th man as well. I'm just thinking, France have 8 major players out of their team. I'm just wondering whether people have considered does this impact France at all? Or does it just generally just leave them? I know they have a lot of depth in terms of their squad, but this is 8 players injured and out for France that usually would play in the World Cup. Do people not consider that this would, what we expect from Mbappe, to carry France and Giroud as well through the World Cup? Or do you think France would just not even make it out the group stage? Because I'm not sure, honestly, about France.
Well, France, by their predicted lineup, Lloris in goal, Pavard right back, Upamecano and Konate centre backs, Teo Hernandez left back, Chouameni and Rabiot sitting in the pivot with Griezmann in front of them, and then Mbappe left, Giroud up top, and Ousmane Dembele on the right. I mean, it's interesting. I think France will top their group. I still think they'll top their group. Denmark, I know they're a good team, but I think Denmark will finish second. But I think France could potentially struggle, maybe around the quarterfinal stage, etc. I do think they won't. I don't see them winning it again, but crazier things probably have happened. But yeah, I think Benzema will be a big miss, but I think Giroud is going to be a good option now. I do see Giroud getting a couple goals, especially in the group stages. But knockouts, they could find it a bit difficult. Yeah, Denmark as well. We've mentioned Denmark, same group as France. They've got Eriksen, Skov Olsen, Dolberg, Højbjerg, Delaney as well. We know Denmark have some good players, and I don't think they're an easy outfit to play against. So one to watch as well, Denmark. But yeah, let's do some predictions anyway. Score predictions for match day 1, because we are going to wrap it up soon. Deadline is 4:00, so get your transfers locked in, guys. So obviously, first game today, Ecuador, Qatar. Jordan, what are you saying for that game? What's your score predictions?
Score predictions, I think Qatar can win 1-0.
You're going Qatar with the win, yeah?
Yeah, I think Qatar can win it on their ceremonial match.
First game, you reckon Qatar? That's interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna back you here. I'm gonna say Qatar 1-0 as well. I think Qatar will somehow win, and I think it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I'll go Qatar 1-0 to open up the World Cup. Hold on, we're gonna read a few comments out. Callum Young, do you think Plata is a good option for the first game? I'm not sure who you mean by that. Unless you do, Jordan. If you search him,
I'm
you
not
can.
sure what position he could play or what country he would be for.
Let us know in the chat, guys. I mean, unless I've completely missed a trick there. Mbappe or Neymar as my booster. I think Mbappe, personally, for me.
Yeah, Mbappe. Gonzalo Plata is a midfielder for Ecuador.
Interesting.
At 4.5.
Well, I'm just going to see the predicted lineups. I mean, he should start for Ecuador. I mean, he's actually not. So looking at the predicted lineups, the one I'm looking at, Plata isn't even expected to start. So Oh no, the team lineup's out anyway. Is he even in the lineup? You'll have to check because if he's the lineups are out for Ecuador. But yeah, if he's starting, then maybe I'm not so sure on that player himself. But yeah, where were we anyway? We were predicting the scores. Iran, England, um,
Yeah.
November 21st. So tomorrow, England play Iran. What's your predictions for that game?
Um. Yeah, this should be an easy, you'll say easy fixture for England, but the score prediction I'll probably give is, I'll probably say 2-1 England. I don't know if many people know, but the Iranian goalkeeper has the world record for the longest throw in from a goalkeeper position in the pitch. So
I didn't know that.
he has a quite a massive throw that pretty much reaches, I think, 60 meters away from where he throws it from the obviously the goal spot to near enough
Mm,
the penalty box of the opposition team. So yeah, the Iranian goalkeeper has the world record for the longest throw.
interesting, interesting
So
stat.
yeah, so
Um,
the goalkeeper could potentially get an assist.
yeah, we'll see. So you're going 2-1 for the England.
Yeah, 2-1 England.
Also, going back to the previous comment from Callum Young, Plata is starting as a right mid, so maybe he could be an option. I'm not so sure on that player himself, but yeah, he looks like he's playing. Um, I'll go for 2-0 England. I think England will keep a clean sheet. Hopefully, Harry Kane can bag a brace and start me off with some points in my team. So yeah, I'll go 2-0 England against Iran. Um, Moving on to Netherlands, we're going to try to do this quite quickly because we are going to try to watch the Qatar game at 4 o'clock. Netherlands and Senegal, Jordan. Quick prediction.
2-0 Netherlands.
2-0 Netherlands.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go 2-1 Netherlands. Wales, USA.
1-0 Wales.
1-0 Wales. I'm going to go 2-1 USA. Saudi Arabia against Argentina.
3-0 Argentina.
3-1 Argentina. I'll go 3-0 Argentina as well. Argentina clean sheet, hopefully. And yeah, Messi to get on the score sheet, maybe with Di Maria or someone like that. Tunisia, Denmark as well. What were you saying?
2-1 Denmark.
2-1 Denmark. I'll go for 2-0 Denmark. Poland, Mexico.
1-1.
Poland, Mexico, 1-1. I'll go for 2-2. Australia, France.
3-0 France.
3-0 France. I'll go for 3-1 France. Croatia and Morocco.
2-0 Croatia.
Yeah, I'll go 2-1 Croatia. Japan and Germany.
1-0 Germany.
1-0 Germany. I'll go 2-1 Germany. Costa Rica and Spain.
1-1.
I'll go 2-0 Spain. Canada, Belgium.
2-0 Belgium.
I'll go 2-0 Belgium as well. Cameroon and Switzerland.
0-0.
0-0. Interesting. I'll go for 1-0 Switzerland. Korea v Uruguay.
1-1.
1-1 Korea, Uruguay. I'll go for 2-1 Uruguay. Ghana and Portugal.
4-0 Portugal.
I'm going to go for 2-1 Portugal. And then Serbia finally against Brazil.
3-0 Brazil.
3-0 Brazil. Okay, I'll go for 3-1 Brazil. So there you go, guys. There you go. That was the score predictions for for the first set of fixtures in match day 1. We will see how it goes. There's a lot of fixtures, isn't there, for match day 1?
there is
to watch. Yeah.
It'll be a busy lot of football. You won't get tired of watching the matches.
Yeah, I'm gonna try watch as many games as I can. but we'll see. England is a 1 p.m. in UK time against Iran. But yeah,
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of people that are working won't be able to see that match, so it's a bit of
yeah,
annoyance at 1 o'clock in the afternoon for us.
mm, for sure. Got some uh, predictions in. Christian says 1-1 for Qatar. Expects England to win. Netherlands is going 2-0 as well. Lucas is going 2-1 Serbia against Brazil.
So that'll be a
It's a bold
shock.
shout. Uh, there you go. I know Lucas. He's Serbian, so
uh,
yeah,
that's nice.
maybe
I
that's
understand that.
yeah.
Do you think Mitrovic is also fit for that game
Yeah.
as well? Because he had an ankle injury. I'm not sure if he was recovered from it or not.
Yeah, Mitrovic should be fine. I think he will play. Let us know, Lucas, in the chat if Mitrovic is starting because he is one of the main guys really in their chances of doing well. I think. Um, but yeah, my team is done. I don't think I'm going to make any changes. I don't want to tinker too much, but yeah, just very quickly for those um, that haven't seen my team, I've gone Rocher, Trippier, Dumfries, Mela, Bergwijn, Paul, Di Maria, Sarabia, Scott Olsen, Messi, and Kane up front. And on the bench, I've got Cancelo, Neymar, and Sosa, along with the Portugal goalie Costa. Also, guys, if you haven't dropped a like, please do smash the like button and also subscribe to our channel if you are new. We all always appreciate your likes and your comments and all your subscribes. Sorry. Yeah, so it really helps the channel out. So do like and subscribe, guys. Jordan, just very quickly for those that have joined the stream, what is your team?
Okay, so goalkeeper got Allison, Brazilian, who's playing Serbia. Defense, we got Trippier, who's got Iran. Van Dijk, he's got Senegal. I don't know how to say this player's name.
Oh, Mela.
Maida. Yeah, he has Tunisia. Cancelo has Ghana. Bergwijn, Senegal. Di Maria has Saudi Arabia. The same with DePaul. Messi, same thing, Saudi Arabia. Ronaldo has Ghana. And Neymar has Serbia. And on my bench, I've got Ward, who's got United States of America. Fernandez, who's got Ghana. And Al Malki, who's got Argentina. And Sosa, who's got Morocco.
Okay, there you go.
And Harry Kane, who's got Iran, and who is my 12th player.
Oh, yeah, 12th man chip. Sorry, I forgot to say that as well. I am playing the 12th man chip, guys. And mine's on Mbappe. So I've got a front line of Mbappe, Messi, Kane, and Neymar to come off the bench. So big at the back. Sorry, not big at the back. Big at attack. Not big at the back. I know I've seen a few people play 5 at the back though.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of 5 at the back. I'm not really sure if I wanted to play 5 at the back in terms of this World Cup, the way things are.
Yeah, Lukaku says, think he will be on the bench at least. They played a friendly on Friday and he wasn't in the squad, but Vlahovic scored and assisted. Vlahovic could be interesting to keep an eye out on for Serbia. But yeah, I mean, the team lineups I saw, Mitrovic is expected to play. So we'll have to see. Both keepers play on the same day. Big up FPL Juro, says El Padrino. Shout out to him all the time. But yeah, I think 10 minutes to go before the deadline ends and yeah, before Qatar get us underway. But yeah, anything else we have to mention in regards to into the team lineups and the players we're going for?
A lot of people haven't really spoken about Gareth Bale for Wales much.
Yeah.
He's been really quiet, if I'm honest, not heard a single word about Gareth Bale.
Gareth Bale, I mean, Wales, I'm not so sure on Wales. Do you think Wales make the group? Because I actually think USA will go through and England. I don't think Wales are going to make it in, personally.
I would like to see Wales get the runner-up in the group and then have England win it. That would be perfect.
Yeah. For me, I think England top the group and USA, I think, finish second, probably. Sub for sub, Gakpo or Lautaro Martinez. I I'll go with Lautaro. I think playing for Argentina, and he's got Messi feeding him through as well as Di Maria. So I'd go with Lautaro.
Yeah, Lautaro Martinez. I've seen a lot of drafts where people have got Messi and Lautaro Martinez up front together. So yeah, I don't see why not against Saudi Arabia. Could be a good game for both of them.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Yeah. So what? Also, we'll predict what you guys thinking in the chat. Actually, let's ask the viewers. Who do you think is going to win the World Cup, guys? Just drop a flag in the chat. Who you think is going to win it? I want to see. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I can't remember who I said last time, and I think someone asked this question before, and I think I said Brazil to win it.
Mm. Oh yeah, I mean, I think Argentina will probably win it if I had to choose someone. Slight favorites for me, Argentina, but I know Brazil are always Brazil are the. If I had to choose a second team to think that's gonna probably win it, it's Brazil. I think Argentina or Brazil, one of them will win it. I think. I know, boring, but we'll get some surprises. I definitely believe in the World Cup. We always get that one big surprise, that one big team that gets knocked out early. So, yeah.
I'm thinking it'll be France. It'll be the big team that gets knocked out quickly.
Mm.
If I had to choose.
Yeah, I think France could definitely. They could struggle. France. We
Yeah.
talked about France with the players that are missing, like Pogba, Kante, Benzema now as well missing.
Yeah, it's a major. It's like pretty much like a curse of all these injuries that France have sustained, and I think because of Denmark in that group as well, I do think Denmark could potentially win that group over
Oh,
France.
yeah, I've seen a few people actually say that Denmark to maybe top the group. I still think France will top the group personally. I think there could be a surprise in the knockout rounds where they maybe in like the last 16 when they struggle. Clarence 6 million mid. Probably Skov Olsen. Skov Olsen plays for Denmark. Um, he's quite attacking, playing just behind the striker, along with Ericsson. So I like Skov Olsen at 6 million. He's got Tunisia game week 1 as well. So match day 1, sorry. So yeah, Skov Olsen would be my 6 million midfielder. Clarence. Other than him, okay, interesting. I'll have to check. You've got about 7 minutes anyway. Hold on, what am I doing? What about you, Jordan? Any midfielders around 6 million?
There is one that probably people don't speak about much that I think could do well for Wales is Daniel James. I mean,
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
I mean, in terms of Daniel James, I think the fixture is not bad for Wales as they got USA, but also because Daniel James is very quick when he has the ball. I think we sort of undermine how quick Daniel James is in terms of how fast he actually moves on the pitch. So he could be a good
You're
pick.
confident for Wales then?
Yeah, I mean, Wales could have a good game against USA.
I think USA win that game.
Yeah,
I think
let's
USA.
see.
Yeah,
I mean, they got Gareth Bale. I mean, that's
yeah. Gareth Bale as well. We know he usually does turn up for Wales. So, and it's probably his last tournament as well. So, um, it'll be nice to see Gareth Bale go out on a high. I mean, you could go for I was going to say DePaul, but he said he's got 3 Argentinians. I'm assuming he's got DePaul already.
yeah. There isn't many really.
I really don't like this this website. If I'm being honest.
Oh wait, isn't Bentancur 6 million for Uruguay?
Yeah,
We could choose Bentancur. We have spoken about him.
Bentancur. Yeah, it could be interesting.
Or maybe Fred for Brazil. He's also 6 million.
Mm, doesn't really score as much. I wouldn't expect him to score.
No.
Aronson. You could go Aronson, 6 million at USA if you want a USA player. Aronson, I think he could be decent in that first game against Wales. Ibrahim says Pasalic, 5 million.
Clarence says, just going to go Trossard for a super sub.
Yeah, I don't expect Trossard to start.
No, I don't believe he will.
Unfortunately.
It would have been a good pick at 5.5. I think I originally had Trossard in my team when I first started doing the draft for World Cup, expecting he would play, but not looking like much now. He'll start in the 11 for Belgium.
Yeah.
Which is kind of mad. Before he was on at Brighton, you would have thought he'd start.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if Hazard does start, but it looks like Hazard's going to play, so which is maybe a surprise, but we'll see with Belgium. Belgium are a team that I think will probably be a bit of a flop this World Cup, just from my early take. Anyway, the deadline is up nearly. 3 minutes to lock your teams in, guys.
Oof.
Also, I was just going to say, for those that haven't joined the league, guys, do join our league. I'm going to put it on the screen right now. So 0J67QFHW, do join our World Cup Fantasy League and see if you can win it. Got a few people, in the league now. A few of you have joined, but do join in. Nice to see you guys that have joined the league, and hopefully one of you guys can win it. Did I miss anything else? I think I missed this one. Relax your mind. Lautaro, Martinez, and Musiala, or Giroud and Di Maria. Tough one. Probably Giroud and Di Maria for me.
Yeah, same. I definitely want Di Maria. Not a big fan of Giroud, but definitely want Di Maria.
Yeah, I like Di Maria as a pick, and I think Giroud could be good as well. As a sub that you bring on, because he does play later on during the week.
There was a funny fact about Giroud, because in France winning the World Cup last time, I think Giroud had 0 goals, 0 assists, and had 1 yellow card in that World Cup.
Yeah.
Which is a mad statistic, despite France winning.
Yeah. Yeah, France are going to be one to keep an eye on, as we said, how they actually do. But a lot of people are expecting France to slip up, just because that curse, when you win it, the following World Cup, that team usually, has a bit of a bumpy start.
Yeah, a bit of a dip.
Yeah, usually there's always a bit of dip after the winner. After you win it, next time, most times you've seen the team struggle, but we'll see if France keep that trend up or whether they break it and actually go on and have a good tournament again.
Yeah, it was similar to Italy in the Euros, where they won it, but they've struggled to qualify for the World Cup, because I think they did lose against either Japan or South Korea, I think, in one of their games, and that cost them qualification for the World Cup.
Yep. We are probably going to wrap it up soon, though, because I think deadline is up literally in what? About a minute. Yeah, seconds. So, and then straight after that, we'll wrap it up and then go watch the World Cup Qatar against Ecuador, which we're looking forward to. World Cup is here, guys. We're going to be doing regular streams as well. So, what's happened here? Oh, yeah, we're going to be doing regular streams as well. We're going to be doing the knee-jerk live reaction as soon as Matchday 1 has ended as well. So, do tune in for that. Ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any content. Like the stream as well. Subscribe if you haven't already. And 4 o'clock deadline is over. and we're going to go watching the football now. So yeah, let's wrap it up very quickly. And yeah, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that did join the stream. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for everyone that has liked the video. And yeah, thank you for watching. And yeah, see you guys soon. That has it been from the FPL Duo. And enjoy the World Cup, guys. And come on, England.
Yeah, come on, England.
Yeah, so yeah, take care, guys. And see you guys hopefully with another stream midweek. But yeah, take care.
Yeah, take care, guys. See you soon.